guys, how you doing? Thanks for coming back and checking on New Beginnings Arts and Crafts. We're finally back together again. We're gonna do a spring wreath. I know you guys seen the bunny one and the Christmas one. Patty wanted to do a spring one, so we're gonna do a spring one for you. And I'm probably gonna do something else. So it's gonna be like a crafting together, doing different things, and we're going to chat with you. And if you guys have any questions or anything, please leave them in the comments because we'd love to get back with you. And also, we wanted to let everybody know before we get going with this project, the Bunny Rabbit contest is still up for that birthday, isn't it? It's the 11th. It had been his 39th birthday. So, you know, we're doing something special on his birthday and we're going to be gifting to you. And that's what Casey was all about, giving to others. So this is be a good way to honor his memory. So if you haven't subscribed and did with the comments, right, Bunny Wreath, that's how you'll get qualified. And Patty's going to pick from there and we will tell you who the winner is. Yeah, so stay tuned. Thank you, guys. Hey guys, we're back. We're getting ready to craft some. You're going to hear pitter patter from my dogs, and Patty has her dog Sunny here. So it's like a big party for the dogs. Yay. Patty's using an 18-inch wreath form, and also this wreath will represent a little bit of a story that Casey and Patty have. Yeah. And so I seen this little guy and reminded me of Patty and Casey. So I thought, well, I got to pick that up and she can do her little spring wreath for her front door. She's going to use all different colors. We pre-did all this up. If you guys want to know how we did these, you can go on our Easter Bunny one and I show you how we roll them up and stuff. So we just made a bunch of bundles last night. Well, a little glass of wine. And we're going to have that tonight too. But anyway, I bought this at the Dollar Tree the other day. I just thought it was really cute. And I'm just going to put a little floral. I stuffed down some styrofoam. I'm just going to make a floral design with this. And Patty's going to be working on a wreath. We're going to talk to you about some stuff. Hopefully you stick around because we have a lot of fun when we do this. One of our best videos was our rag tree Christmas tree. Yeah, that was. We had a lot of fun with it. Well, there you have it. Yeah, come on. Cheers to the ears. Happy crafting. Yes. Okay, like I said, Patty's going to be putting on her, you showed how to do this on your bunny wreath, right? Yep. So she's going to put it all on the middle wreath, or middle foam, like wire here. In the middle, yeah. But she's going to do it on the inside, which will be the one that's. So basically what you're saying, this is the front, but I tie it on the back. Yep. Okay, we're going to get ready. We're going to craft and talk and have all kinds of fun with you guys, okay? Yeah. You know, one of the questions that we had was if you guys would ever like us to do a live. I mean, I know we're doing it like we're together here and everything, but we can't really like talk back with you at the same time. So maybe if you want that, let us know. And I have a question for Robbie right off the bat. So like, do I just like, I don't have a pattern or anything. You make your own pattern. Oh. So if there's certain colors you want to use or you don't care, just put whatever you can. Okay. All right. One of the things I wanted to point out, like Robbie's made sure I have a lot of these colors. Purple. And I'm wearing purple. And the shirt says, with God, all things are possible, which we believe. And purple was one of Casey's favorite colors. So she made sure, like in my ribbon, in my, I don't even know what you call these things. Mesh. There's purple and it's just sporadic throughout. So it's important to me we have purple. I got to tell you a story. I think Robbie's heard this story before. When Casey was a little guy, he's probably about, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, I don't know. I was giving him a bath. And while he was in the bathtub, he was telling me, Mommy, when I get married, I'm going to live a couple of houses down from you. I said, oh, you are? And he goes, yeah. And I think he said he was going to have 3 kids. But he goes, yeah, I'm going to live in a purple house down the road from you. Aww. So purple means something. I was going to say, too, guys, I was just throwing all my florals in a bucket that I had. I said, my goodness, this is cute. I might just leave it in this galvanized bucket, just florals like this. I mean, isn't that sweet? When we were I guess we call it thrifting, maybe antiquing or whatever one time. And we went to this place and they had all these nice, like galvanized buckets like that. I think, how many did you end up walking out with? Like 5 or 6 of them. Yeah, they just are great for just this kind of purpose, or she's used them she's just very.
I'm at Christmas time before, and I've taken my Cricut and I've printed out like snowflakes, and I take the styrofoam balls and I'll get them
Aw.
glued up, and then you roll them in like little snowflakes, big chunky things. I get them off Amazon, and you can put it in their different sizes, and it's a snowball fight on it, and it's
Oh
kind of
my
cute.
gosh, how cute. I could see all kinds of fun things being done with that. I got this whole bag of these tool things we made up last night, and I don't even know. I guess she says it doesn't really matter how I put it in there, so I'm just grabbing and going. I just want to make sure that I don't have maybe two of the same color right next to each other or something.
Yeah, that's what you got to look out for.
And she told me that when I do it tight like this, then I have arthritis, so you guys know if you followed us enough that. So it's not always easy for me, but hey, it works. But she said to squish it tight, then it makes it look better.
Yep.
So.
And what I have is the Dollar Tree one. Normally, like on my bunny one, I had it from a different um, place. I think I bought it from Hobby Lobby or somewhere. And we're making inexpensive gifts that people can do. And the bottom line is that these aren't that big, so you're going to use quite a bit on a large wreath to do this. But they're $1.25 a roll, and you get quite a bit off a roll. So inexpensive. That's the way we want to go. So.
Well, and what's beautiful about that is you can make beauty out of really anything.
Yes, you can.
You just got to find the beauty and the joy in just things. So Robbie is, she thinks outside the box so much. I am so appreciative of her creativity that she comes up with. I mean, we're working on another project that
I've got ADD, guys. Okay. She goes, oh my God, there she goes.
Robbie has as an adult, and it's so fun to watch her. She's an Energizer bunny, but her creativity just pops in. She's like, okay, nope. I'll be somewhere and I might have my camera and I show her and I said, what do you, yes, pick that up. You got to pick that up. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I'm going to do something with it yet. And she's just so cute. I tell the cashiers when I'm shopping, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm supposed to pick this up for my sister. I said that at least twice yesterday to 2 different stores. But anyway, we have fun, and she knows she just has a really creative mind, and I think you guys probably.
We all have gifts, like Kay says when she paints. It's God working to her, and it's a gift God give me.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish I made some more money.
It's a coping mechanism.
When we do craft shows, we do pretty good with different things that we do.
Yeah. Well, Robbie asked me the other day. She goes, Patty, I have all these paintings, and I don't know what to do with them. I mean, and we thought together, and I thought, when Dad was in the nursing home, she decorated because it was her with the wreaths on his door, and he was able to then know what door, because he had Alzheimer's and dementia, and he knew what door was his, and everybody just thought, oh, what how pretty. And Robbie ended up making one, I think, for the neighbor lady across the way.
Yeah, and we made them for
the nurses station. Yep. And Dad loved lollipops, so we made Robbie come up with this too. I think it was a basket or something where we stuck those dum lollipops in it, and he would have like a lollipop bouquet, and he would like go around and give them to people. And then we also left one right at the nurses station. Well, we gave it to them, I think, when Dad passed, and that was one of the things that Dad gifted back. And anyway, so that's the creativity that she has, And then when we had his memorial, we had the grandkids come up. We had made a similar thing where they came all up then and got a lollipop as the song "Jesus Loves Me." Be Humble and Kind was always Be Humble and Kind was playing as the grandkids come up, because that's one thing that Dad wanted the grandkids to have instilled in the grandkids is, life might throw all kinds of things at you, and boy, don't we all know it, but please always just remember to remain humble and kind, because that is what we can give to the world. If you might not be able to give much, and Dad didn't have much, but what you can give is kindness. And that's the easiest and cheapest and the best gift you can give anybody.
Yep, absolutely. We're just coming along. I'm just willing. I don't have any rhyme or reason. I just sit there and go. So
what kind of, I'd be curious to know, like, what you guys do for spring crafts. We're looking forward to summer too, and what we can do in the summer. like with whether it be real plants or faux plants and flowers. And I'm praying my garden will come up this year. I tried to plant sunflowers. I had them one year and they were beautiful and I love them. And Sunny's name is Casey Sunny Sunflower. That's her full name. And we're working to, I think you guys know this, but working to have her be a therapy dog because Casey loved when the dogs came into his room. He just like lit up. And
Yeah,
we know a little boy that's going through it right now. God forbid, he's only 5. On his 5th birthday, he had to have brain surgery. I mean, come on, you guys. This is just not normal. Anyway, he has a little dog that comes into his room down at Riley's Children's Hospital. And God bless you, Michael. We're thinking of you and praying for you. Anyway, the little dog, his name is Birdie. And that little dog just cheers that little boy up. So I know for a fact that Sunny is going to bring so much joy. And back to my sunflowers. So I could not. I have a recording of Casey saying, "Mom, your sunflowers will come up and they'll be great." But the year that he passed, sunflowers wouldn't grow. They just wouldn't grow. So I gotta believe that it's going to happen. I got to believe that finally my sunflowers will grow. My cousin's Mary, God love you, honey. She sent me packets of sunflower seeds and we just got, I love wildflowers and I love sunflowers, but I definitely want sunflowers to come in. It means something to me. And especially having that recording with Casey saying that, it's like, it's gotta happen. It's gotta happen. I don't know what I'm doing. Hey, that would be the thing. If you guys have any advice on how to grow sunflowers, I know it might be duplicated and there might be all kinds of things said, but I would welcome. I live in Michigan. So it's Southwest Michigan. So the planting time might be different from where I'm at to where you're at. But I think this year, I told my husband, and he goes, "Well, I'll rent one, Patty. I'll go to the hardware store in town and I will rent a tiller." And because I said, "Mark, I think we need to till it or something. I think we need to like just get that ground all chewed up or whatever and then plant the seeds and maybe then they'll grow, So I don't know. So if you guys know surefire way. I even tried to plant them, like, what do you call it? Like, pardon me, like seedlings and have them start to grow. His son was up last summer. He was, Casey's son, Skylar, was up last summer and we tried to do seedlings. No, they didn't. No, only one little one came and then I think a squirrel came on the table and got it or something. We have squirrels around us in Southwest Michigan. We have a lot of squirrels. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. All I know is I have to have me some sunflowers. I just have to have me some sunflowers. And I have the garden planted. So where it's at is one year, a couple years back, we had what they call straight winds. It wasn't a tornado. They called it straight winds. Mm-hmm. But I tell you, so we're supposed to go to the basement. And I'm standing in the living room, kind of on my way to the basement, but I'm like, wow, look at that outside. And we have a big picture window, and then we have a window off to the left, and right at that time, I see our big maple, a huge maple tree, boom, go down. And then I turned right about the same time I turned and looked at the picture window, and our huge pine tree, boom, went down. And we're like, what's going on? So where that pine tree was is where my flower garden is. So when I sit in my chair in the living room, I can look out at the flower garden. So when I have the huge sunflowers grown and the huge wildflowers that what are they, cosmos or something, that this like sway in the wind, I can see that from my chair, and I really, really love that. And where the maple tree went down, we planted in Mom and Dad's memory another maple tree. Yeah. And it's doing really, really, really good. So I just hope my garden does really, really, really good. It's the kind that, you plant every year, although wildflowers or some of those other flowers do come back up. And ideally, sunflowers are supposed to be in that category where they come back up. But I don't know. And it's funny how somebody says, oh, I've had people say, well, Patty, I don't know what your trouble is because, man, out of the blue, here comes some sunflowers growing in my garden. I never planted them there. I'm like, well, that sounds nice.
Well, that sounds like my neighbor I used to live out years ago, and out in this like tiny little lake, and our boys grew up together, so they're like brothers to this day. And Susan says, "You make me so mad. I'm up there planting and planting around in my gardens and flowers here and there." and you throw yours to the, you've just thrown stuff out to the bank there, and they come out beautiful. You don't even do anything with them, and it's so pretty because you just threw it to the side. I want to tell you, I didn't want it. I threw it. You want it? Go get
it. Well, I feel for Susan. I understand her angst because that's where kind of I am. I'm like, I'm happy for y'all, but why isn't that happening for me? But it's okay. I always have something come up. It's just that my sunflowers aren't, and I really really love them. God put it in my heart. Just do this, Patty. It's okay. She's no more. She's not fully trained yet to be a therapy dog, but that's what she's going for, right? And so our neighbor man, who has always wanted to meet Sunny, was in hospice and in his home, and so I went over there to just give them some food. And she said, well, go back and talk to him. And so I went back and talked with him, and he goes, I really really wanted to like meet Sunny. And I'm like, well, if you'd like, I could. It just came in my heart, this urgency, go get Sunny. I said, if you want, if you're willing, I will go get her. And he said yes. I went and got her. I told my husband, I said, he wants to say, his goodbyes to you too. And my husband goes, are you sure? I said, I know, honey, I know, but I just feel like God is saying, yes, let's do this. This is the right time to do it. So there we went. We went over. Sunny normally would like to jump on people, because he's still a puppy, or she's still a puppy, excuse me. And instead, she like bypassed all the people at the beginning, didn't go to them at all. It's like she knew where she needed to go, having never been in that house. She went straight to the back bedroom where he was at. And upon going into the bedroom, she put her paws up on his bed and like leaned into him for him to pet her. And it was like, we're all like, wow. My husband and I couldn't believe it. The lady that, who the wife, she loves Sunny too. And she's like, I can't believe that was the same dog. I can't even believe that's the same dog. I said, well, obviously God had a hand in this. He
it.
He put it in my heart, and he said, because at the time, at Christmas time, I was like, honey, are you even going to make this? Are you going to make it? Because she's just so full of energy. And I was having my doubts, and it was like God saying, listen, there's somebody that needs her, and it's a perfect person to be her first. I don't know what I want to say, patient. I don't know what you want to call them. Patient, yeah. And or assignment, if you will. And I need you to know that she can do it. So we're going to do this. And it was so beautiful, you guys. And the neighbor lady can't quit talking about it to this day. She's like, Patty, you made his day so much. Sunny and you are going to bring so much joy.
Tell him what he called.
Oh yeah. So Sunny, and maybe, well, she's laying down here being good, so we don't want to bring her. You'll see Sunny if you haven't already in some other form. But she's a mini Bernedoodle, only she grew to be quite like a medium sized.
She's no Minnie.
She's a medium sized dog, but she's beautiful, and she has a lot of fur. Until we get her like a summer cut, she's got like this a lot of fur. And so when he go and watch her out the window, she'd be like run up the trees and try to get the squirrels. He'd say, there she is, there's the beast. So he called her the beast. And we still say, like, I'll still give things to the neighbor, and I'll go over there, making sure she's okay. And I would give things from Sunny the beast to her. And we did a sunflower arrangement and an painted angel picture with sunflowers from Sunny to them when Rural passed. And it was just a beautiful thing that I'm so glad that we were able to be a part of. And that my sister, when I told Robbie, I called her and I told her what happened. She goes, he was meant to be her first. He was meant to be her first. That was no doubt about it. So I just look at this little boy with Birdie now, and I'm like, Sunny, and I told Sunny, I said, Sunny, that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to bring so much joy to these little boys and girls, unfortunately, that have to be in this situation, or anybody, anybody. You're going to just bring so much joy. I mean, she brings so much joy to us. And I don't know if y'all know, but Robbie and my daughter and Robbie's daughter, Brittany, found her for me.
Actually, my boyfriend. Patty was looking at one at a pound, I think it was, or at a
rescue or
something, and they wanted quite a bit of money for it. And we just happened to be in a grocery store. You know how you get those little peddler posts? I don't know, something like that. I don't even know if they make those, but something like that. And so he was looking through it. He goes, well, look at here, just down the road, Robbie. And I live in Indiana. He goes, just down the road here. They have it. So I called the guy and I asked him, I said, hey, you still have that burner doodle? And he says, yeah, I do. I said, hey, my sister's looking for one, and we want to get it to her for a gift, but we can't make it until Monday. Would you be able to hold her for her? I mean, I said, I've come over and put money down on it. And he said, no, 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 I'll hold her. That's fine. I said, well, this is my name, and if anything changes, I'll let you know. Well, then he ended up sending me pictures that night. He asked me for my phone number, and he ended up sending pictures that night, and I sent it to Patty so she could see little, pictures of her. And the thing with it is, because dogs are a magnet to me.
They are.
Basically, animals are. And Patty said she was standing there when we pulled in, and the guy went to go get her to just let her come running to Patty. And they're Amish. And Patty kept thinking to herself, please don't run to Robbie, come run to me. And she did. She ran straight past me and right to Patty. And I've got such a loving picture. Patty's has her head down and she's got her head with Patty. It's such a cute picture. And so that's and then they always say a dog will pick you. And that is absolutely true. A dog will pick you. And I mean, I end up with these two little pups. I birthed all these little pups. The two I have. Lola was breech.
Oh my
And I'm
gosh.
telling her mother, okay, listen, I'm watching YouTube. It showed how to do a breech birth, right? And I learned also with Cavaliers are really known that their placenta, like the little umbilical cords, they can't reach around and bite them. And I thought, well, that's weird. I've always had dogs that could do that. So I bought all the surgical stuff. I got the hemostats and surgical scissors to snip off the umbilical cord and all that. And I'll be darned, I'm not kidding you. That about that much. And I'm like, holy moly! And there's no way she could have turned around and tried to chew it. So um, I had to do that, and we delivered. Well, that morning she was going into labor, and I could tell. I knew all the signs, and she was trying to nest and stuff, and so I knew all the signs. And then her breathing got different. I said, okay. I told him, I said, she's probably going to go within the next few hours. And I remember looking at that video and I'm thinking, oh, this looks complicated. I'm not going to remember all this. Dear Lord, why? So I looked at her. I said, her name's Charlie. She's a King Charles Cavalier. He named her Charlie. He goes, I don't know if I can name her Charlie. I said, there's little girls around here called Charlie. Mm-hmm. I'm Robbie. Why the heck can't she be Charlie?
Exactly.
So I said, Charlie, listen, I'm talking to her and she's looking at me like, lady, I'm in pain. I said, listen, Charlie, we are not having any breech babies. Okay.
But there's God divine that you saw that video though.
Yeah. So she's the second one born. And she's coming out, and of course he's thrilled to death that I'm there to help him, right? Oh my God, I see little legs and butt. I said, this is a brief birth. Well, it hurt Charlie. He goes, well, what do we do? And I look at him and said, well, I'm not a bitch. I'm trying my best here. So I said, okay, Robbie, remember, not to hold straight out. You could hurt the neck, so you got to kind of tilt down a little bit. So I did that. And just let the baby come out as it can. And slowly, when I got to the shoulders and getting to the head, she yelped big time. I thought, oh my God, honey, we're halfway there. We can't stop now. So then I just took my fingers and pushed down in a little bit and it helped pop the head out. And then I got her all snipped off and cleaned up. And he took her in the warmer thing that we had for him. I ain't kidding you. I was like, holy moly, I'm so glad. And then the next one come out. So they must have been sharing a sack.
Whoops, I'm sorry, guys.
And the next one come out, and it was dry birth, and that was her brother. We named him Joey, and that didn't come out like that. So I just ended up. We thought that was it because then we called his daughter because she raises English bulldogs, and she goes, "Well, the placenta's going to come out, and that's it. You're done then." Well, it did. We thought we were done. No. She goes outside. She goes to the bathroom. She comes up. She wants to lay by us on the couch, and I was petting her, telling her what a good girl she was. And then we both got up to check on the pups and make sure they're nice and warm and snuggling together. And he looks over and she kind of raises up her butt in and he goes, "Is she having another one?" Sure enough, she had Howie, which I have Howie. She had Howie on the couch. And I hurried to get that because, and then we put him in there. And then we're sitting there talking. It's probably about 10, 15 minutes later, we're talking and she was in with the pups and some of them were nursing. I said, she's going to smother that one. She's got her leg laying completely on it. I don't know how it's breathing. Went over there, she'd had another one. And so I had to get that one all snipped and cleaned up and ready to go. And I said, I thought when they pass the placenta, they don't have anymore. And he said, well, that's what Nikki said. That's what she's wrong. So I said, you know what? She went to the bathroom. There might be one out in the yard. So he's looking around and he said, no, we're good. So yeah, so we ended up with, for her first time, she had 5, which is really good.
For being a little doggy, it's hard.
Normally they have 3, maybe 4 their first time, but she had 5. And so I ended up with 2 of them. These 2 can't be separated. They're just.
They are.
I was gonna keep Lola, and he was gonna keep Howie. You cannot separate these 2. They were. I got to take him and get him fixed, and I don't know how we're gonna do that because I think what we'll do is I'll take her over so she can play with Charlie,
the mama,
not miss him while he's getting fixed and stuff.
That's how close they are.
Because if I bring her back here, he'll be like, she'll be like crazy. Where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? So, yeah, they're spoiled little boogers, but I love them to death. And
so sweet.
Yeah.
They're sweet puppies.
And they are the most. If you guys ever looking for a really good family loving dog, a King Cavalier, I've had so many dogs in my lifetime, and I'm going to tell you right now, they are the most loving, sweetest dog ever. So, yeah, looking for one.
They're lover puppers. Yeah, the whole thing about even me getting Sunny is a surprise because my husband and I didn't really plan to have any animals because we love to travel, and now we're both retired, and we're at that time I was, but he was he retired at that time? I'm not sure if he was, or he was retiring that year. Either way, we didn't want to have one, but like Robbie knew I needed something after mom and dad, and then Casey. It was like, this girl's going to lose it if we don't do something.
Yeah, here's the thing. You have to, besides your spouse, you have to have something like that to love you, and you can show that love back. It's a healing. It definitely is. And I know when my mom passed, she wanted to put her dog down with her. She said, cremate her and put her with me. And I said, Mom, I can't do that. She's still got some life in her, and I'm not going to do that. I know she's old. But she goes, well, you're the only one who's going to take care of her. I said, I will. I'll take care of Muffy. And I'll tell you what, she
came to life. Yeah. I mean,
she fights with the little puppy every day, every night. It's like, and they go after each other. So
she totally came back.
Yeah, she's like 10 years younger, and so she's 18 years old.
Yeah,
she's a going. So.
She may be getting a little blind. We think
a little blind, a little deaf, but she's going.
Hard to, slow to move, but so aren't we?
And
so
crotchety some days, but she's pretty good little girl.
It is amazing, and the whole thing, even with finding Sunny, was weird, right? How do you find a dog in that type of a magazine or whatever? And to boot, those particular dogs, if you know anything, they're kind of bougie dogs or whatever they say, and they are sold at like $2,000 or better. She was the last one. She was 4 months old already. So something about her, maybe they didn't have the right coloring, or maybe she wasn't this or that for the person, the people that are looking for that.
God saved her for the reason.
And God did save her for that reason, because Robbie and my daughter and Brittany, they got her for $250, a $2,000 dog. I mean, and what a gift it was. It has been, and it gives me a purpose again, because I needed a purpose, and now I have a purpose and I'm needed. And that says, I mean, that as a mom, you all know what I'm talking about. You need to be needed. And the fact that we can give to others, that's exactly what Casey would want. And like I said, he loved them dogs coming in his room. So it's like giving back. It's just giving back. And I can't wait to get to that point. Now, I got a little discouraged during the training, because I'm thinking, we've had this training and, she should be doing this by now. Well, I've talked to people that have service dogs, who have therapy dogs. She's my emotional support. She did become my counselor, wrote the letter. So she is my emotional support animal. But that can come at any time. I mean, obviously it's completely obvious how she's my support animal. But for the therapy and the service dogs, they say it takes, their maturity doesn't come until they're 2 years old. So as much as I wanted it to be like at Casey's angelversary, we're going to do this. No, that's not going to happen. It didn't happen. Now, by the time his second angelversary comes, I'm praying that we will have had her certified, and that she will be able to go to her second, I guess, her second and third and fourth and move on from there. I would love to be at Riley's right now helping that little Michael out, but it's not to be at this time. It will. We'll get there, and God showed me. You just what does he say? Keep the faith.
Yep.
So I will, and we'll get there. I can't wait. And Robbie, I know will go with me because she'll be except. Well, first of all, she might have to take over because I'll have to leave the room for a minute. As you guys can tell, I get emotional. So Robbie will have to be the one to continue that visit for a minute.
Yeah.
But anyway, I can't wait. I'm really excited about that. Do a wreath too coming up, right? About pets.
Yeah.
That will be fun. We're going to do a cat and a dog one.
Yeah.
Is it a wreath?
Yeah, it's gonna be a wreath.
It's a wreath. Okay.
Yeah, it's a wreath because my friend Irma, believe me, guys, she's a hoot. And she was going to join us this weekend, but her husband had passed away going on 2 years, and well, it has been 2 years. So her stepson ended up having a really bad stroke, and they finally got him in a rehabilitation.
It's a hard one to say.
Center. So she had to move him in this weekend, and so his wife and her, she said, "Do it, guys, but I gotta help family." And I said, "Oh no, we understand."
Yep.
So, but we're planning on doing a vacation together. We'll probably do a little thrift shopping down some stores and stuff. Take you along on that, and she's just a lot of fun. First time Patty met her, she was just like, "You've been hiding her from me." And I've known Irma for 40 years. We worked. Yes. I will never give this company kudos, so I will not tell you what company. But it was a big, major medical company that everybody knows, and thinks they're very humanitarian. But I don't do that. I don't give them kudos. I just won't do it because they did me and Irma both wrong, and we were really
hard workers.
They're really dedicated. We never turned down picking up for them if they needed it, so we could save certain things for them. And I moved up the ladder. I ended up. Here's how bad it was. They let Irma go from her position. Within 6 months, they hired somebody for that position because they eliminated, so we didn't need that many supervisors. Okay. So about 6 months later, they hire somebody in for that. Then they let that guy go, and then they hire me in. I would still be in that position, but then another position came, and I decided to do that, and I shouldn't have done that.
No,
because
they were setting you up.
Well, they kind of set me up, but also with the people out in the field I've worked with for 18 years out there, we're like family. I've seen them more than I ever did my own family, and me and my manager at that time, we didn't get along, and the girls were just cutting down the staff out there in this particular management program, and I couldn't do it because I told them, I said, unless you guys get up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when it's snowing and blowing to get on the roads to drive 3 hours to go to work, and you don't know if you're going to make it there or not, and God forbid you call off because that's going to count against you. It doesn't matter that
blizzard out there.
Yeah. Yeah. A whole lot. So I don't want to get into it because I won't ever get into those.
Where it started was to say that Irma's going to craft with us and she has a cat.
Yeah. So she got 2 cats after her husband had passed. So because she said she had to have something. The house was too
quiet. And nothing going on. No one to talk to. It's amazing how much you talk to them.
And she's a big horse person. They used to show horses, and they ended up selling them when he had his cancer. They ended up selling make things easier for her because they were in Ohio for his treatment for a lot of it.
Is that right? Yeah.
So she said I couldn't take care of the horses, so we sold the horses. So
yeah. So I can see where having, and her personality is just a hoot in a handbasket. She just makes you laugh.
Most kind-loving girl you'd ever meet. She would do anything for anybody. That's just the way she is.
She makes you laugh, and I don't know where this one came from. It's not even tied up. Look at that.
That'd be one you did last night.
Oh well. Okay.
Well, we'll be back in just a little bit, show you some more progress of where we're getting.
Getting somewhere.
Hi guys, we're back, and we're right now. Patty, show me your wreath there.
Oh yeah, y'all want to see? Yes, you would, wouldn't you?
She put her wreath together there. See how pretty and rainbow colorful that is? It's really pretty. It's going to be her spring wreath. Then right now what we're doing is I'm putting together the mesh that she's going to stick in here, and she's putting together her ribbons that she's going to stick in here periodically. And we're going to talk to you while we do that. So we were just wondering, what do you guys do for like your Easter? Do you guys all get together as a family thing? Do you just you know, maybe not together as a family thing? You just like by yourself, if you're by yourself? Because, you know, a lot of times for years, I was always, you know, I didn't do anything Easter. Or I would go over when my mom and dad were alive. I would go over and do Easter with them and stuff like that. Or like my daughter and my son and everybody would get together and do something like that. Because Patty lived in Michigan and everybody else lived in Indiana. So, and Patty had, you know, her husband's got a big family.
Big Catholic family. So, you know, of course, there's Mass, and then I'm in charge. I kind of inherited that. I don't know who used to have it, probably his mom, and his mom's still with us, but she's 86 years old, so she doesn't need to be in charge of it anymore. And so I've been in charge for a few years now of the Easter eggs, where I stuff the Easter eggs with, you know, candy and money. And there's one that's a golden egg that we make sure somebody really creative hides in the yard. We all go to his sister's house. His sister has a big, beautiful home that for years now, the family always goes to her house because she has a large house and even accommodates people that sleep over for like Christmas time. Multiple families can stay there. So it's really nice. And it's a drive. It's only like not even quite an hour drive for us. So it works really well. And she has the big Easter dinner, and then we do the eggs, and well, first we do Mass, and then we do go for dinner, and then we have the Easter egg hunt and the golden egg. So the golden egg, we has to be somebody who's real like tall or whatever, and trying to hide the golden egg. And the golden egg, and I started that. We put $20 in. So whoever finds that, and I think we let them go.
I'm going to start coming and Easter egg hunting with them.
I think that we let all the way, I think maybe till they're 21 if they want to do Easter eggs. I can't remember exactly, because college kids who couldn't use $20, and who doesn't like a little candy, you know. So anyway, I don't know. There's a certain age. I don't know. Maybe it's senior of high school. I don't remember what it is. I don't really care. Whatever they want to do. And not every one of Mark's brothers and sisters make it. He only has one sister. He has four or three. There's 5 of them, 4 boys and 1 girl. So the ones from West Virginia, and they were in Vermont for a while. Now they're back in West Virginia. They don't necessarily come for Easter. But Matt, who's from Chicago, his family does, and Marty's family from Maryland comes sometimes. So, and then of course his daughters and their kids and that are living close by, they come. So I mean, it's just fun to have a big family like that get together. Yeah. So that's what we do.
These guys are little mama. It's time to hold me, mama. I think you knocked my mic down, little girl. Sorry if that made a loud noise, guys. But she's my little snuggler. She's like, Mama, you gotta hold me now.
So the centerpiece is one of the things that Robbie was alluding to.
And she's off
earlier. And that's going to go inside of this wreath.
And this is our little centerpiece.
And there's Meanie behind it. It's a little, I'm assuming it's a duck. Now it could
be. It is, because look at the bill.
It wouldn't be a chicken, right?
No, it's not a chicken.
It's a duck.
The bill.
And what I love about him is that Casey and I had a thing with ducks. It started where it started, you guys, was I don't know how old he was, but I had taken his sister, my daughter, and him to Disney World, and it was by myself. I think it's right after the divorce from their dad or so, and I took them to Disney, and we were going across what used to be, I think it changed now. Used to be was it Robinson Crusoe or whatever, that adventure place?
Yeah.
So you know how there's, if you have not been there, but there's like water going up into the fort or whatever you want to call it. So along the water there were some ducks there, and the mama duck was trying to get her baby ducks across the water. Well, there was a cartoon that Casey and I had seen not very long before it, and it was a phrase that was said in there. And Casey goes, "Oh, mom," and he had a thing for animals, which we alluded to when Robbie showcased her book about how Casey was so in love with animals. So all animals. So in this cartoon, it said the one little duck couldn't make it across, and he said to his mama, "Mama, I can't swim." So when we were down there at Disney, I was teased him that because that little duck wasn't getting across with his mama. I said, "Oh, but mama, I can't swim." In case he goes, "Mom, don't do that, don't say that." So from that on, we just had this thing with ducks that, like, when he went to England, he bought me this beautiful little book, and it says something about "Thank you for being my mom," and it's MUM because I say mom over there. And he wrote inside of it a nice, sweet thing. So even when he went off to college, I got him this big, huge rubber duck, and he had that, and then we just have exchanged ducks here and there, off and on. And then when his wife was pregnant for their baby, we did a baby shower, but it was from afar because they lived in Durango, Colorado, and I'm Michigan, and so we had ducks as the theme for that. And then I had given this one. So I think when he was in the hospital, then, through all of his stuff, I took him one of the things from that. It's a baby duck with his feet all coming out of the shell, and he was just so cute. And I remember him saying, "Yeah, somebody came in there and said they love ducks and how much they love that piece." So I have that piece back again. And so ducks just mean something. So this is going to be my springtime. I wanted it to be springtime because I wanted it to be up longer. My husband.
Because I think it'd be holding him up. I think it'd be cute. Just take his little legs and crisscross them too. Come here, little guy. Come up here and sit up here like you're supposed to, and just crisscross his little legs. I think he'll be cute like that.
Yeah. Isn't that cute? My husband does taxes on the side, and so it'll be on our front door. So all the tax customers are going to get a chance to see this, and I'm sure they'll make comments and there'll be stories about this. So for years to come, Robbie's so sweet to think about that. So I'm going to Patty right now.
She go again.
Yeah, she's subtle. She thinks she's subtle, but I read into her. I know what Robbie was doing when she got that, and she asked me to come over and do this. People don't give this girl credit, but this girl's got a heart of gold. Let me tell you right now. Ooh, yeah. Any hoot. I am enjoying doing this. I like the squirrely whirly and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. You don't have to do this. Like Robbie said, you just make it what you want. But I think adding more dimensions and more reason for the sunlight to catch it, to me.
Put a little light on us.
And then there's these things that she's going to have me put in too. Is these the last things other than the ribbons and stuff? I've got these things that'll go in there too.
I'll go get them for you.
Ooh, I'm crying. And the ribbons. See, there's different ribbons. There's gingham. And I chose these colors of Robbie's choice. She's got an arsenal, you guys. Good Lord.
I could open up a craft store.
Yeah. So these colors will be pretty in there. Like, you'll pick them off, we'll glue them in, but just periodic. I think it adds a pop. And then even look at these ribbons, guys. It's kind of like I want to say it's almost like a blue jean purple.
Like a burlap almost.
Yeah. It's really cool. So we're throwing those in there as we go along. I get my hair all cut.
Well, it looks cute. You put it together, and that's all Dollar Tree. There you go. That's all Dollar Tree mesh, so you can make some really cute stuff with Dollar Tree stuff. And that's what we want to aim for, you guys, is things that we do here. We want it to be something that everybody can go out. And I bought the little tin at Dollar Tree the other day, and all this is from Dollar Tree. Patty bought some, and I bought some. And I'm just going to put it together, and I'll probably set this actually on my countertop in my bathroom, actually. Give it a little Easter in there.
Yeah. That's very cute. And you know what's cute about this particular tin? So it's Easter no more. There you go.
Yeah.
It's still springtime. Yep, and you can take the egg right out of there, or you can't really see the egg from the other side.
Yep.
But see how that can be used?
Oh, and that's another thing. I don't know if you guys have seen it on Facebook, but I was running across it, and Patty had run across it the other day. it's like where people are taking these flower pots, and I'm going to do some
Oh,
just
yeah.
because it just struck me as, oh, this is my kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's a flower pot that clay pot, and you decorate up like a lady's face with sunglasses on it and a little thing for her hair. It just looks really cute. And I think if you put the right color of flowers in with it, it would just be really, really cute. So I'm going to try that one. I
Okay.
just think it'll be really, really fun.
You know what you don't know about us is we have other personas that we used to do, and we still do from time to time, and where we're different characters, and we go out and we just bring smiles to people's faces, and we've had people come up to our table. We go out to Cracker Barrel a lot doing this because I don't know why we got started with that. Maybe because it's got a Southern connotation, and when we do this, where we go into persona of Southern women.
We grew up in the South.
Yes.
You wouldn't know it by the way we talk now,
No.
but when I was telling Patty, it sticks in my head, and to me, this is a bad teacher. Remember, I was young. We moved up here, and I would always say, and I still, to this day, catch myself doing it. But I would always say, time. It was time. What time is it? And she just ridiculed me one time in front of the class, like, it is called time. And I'll never forget that because I cried and everything else. And I'm, well, yeah. Now I'd be like, yeah. But things like that just stay with you.
They do. So you should watch your words. That's a good
yeah,
message.
because but we grew up in the South, so we had that twang when we moved up here. And I guess we moved up here when I was second or third grade.
Yeah, and I was the second semester of my sophomore year, I think. Or yeah.
No, yeah, because we did come up here. Yeah, because we were down in Florida then. Yeah, because I guess I was seventh grade then, wasn't I? Yeah, I was seventh grade, and yeah, and she got on me. I'll never forget that. So anyway, and I'll still catch myself, and we do every once in a while. Because my boyfriend, he was raised in Indiana his whole life, but you would think he was raised in the South. And he has a twang sometimes when he talks. And when the two of us get together, people say, "You guys from the South?" We're like, "Yeah."
There's no better people though, I tell you. I love the South.
Oh, I do too. If I had I'm retired now, but if I had my druthers, I would be living in the South for the rest of my life. I would. Definitely.
They're just kind people. Anybody would be, stepping up to help you, whether or not they had anything to help you with. They would make sure they found help for you, and they're just lovely people. And so this is what we do. We become different characters. So I am Miss Polly.
I'm Miss Velvet.
And she's Miss Velvet. So that should say that I'm Miss Polly and she's Miss Velvet. And we dress so we don't. So just so you know, we're not making fun of the South and saying the way we dress is the way the people dress in the South. No, it's just what we chose. It's like polka dot club.
Is what we call it. That's what we calls it.
It's what we call it. It's the polka dot club. So it's women that dressed in polka dots, but you think of it as I don't even know how to say it, like a skit off of Carol Burnett. Okay.
Oh, so yeah. We wear the most crazy. We come up with a theme. And then one year we did a Christmas theme.
Yeah. So it was ugly Christmas sweaters.
No, we didn't do that one.
Wasn't that an ugly Christmas?
No, because I remember. I'm always in competition with my cousin
You were
Mary.
Christmas presents. That's right.
And we make these outlandish hats we wear. And I thought, well, she's going to make herself a real good one. I got to make myself a real good one. So yeah, we go all out on her. We are decked out. People look at us like, what is their deal?
Yeah, we love it. So we absolutely love it, and people love it.
And our outfits are just out there.
We did go down in the South and do it. We surprised our dad. My mom knew we were coming.
Yeah.
And our cousins joined us. They're part of the Polka Dot Club too, and they joined us. And then we actually went out, and if any of you are from this area and have been to Lambert's, chime in.
We went to it's in Gulf Shores, Alabama.
Foley? Isn't it Foley, Alabama?
Yeah, it could be Foley.
Foley, yeah. And it's called Lambert's, and it's where they throw the rolls across the table or the restaurant to you, and you catch them and everything. So we dressed like that. Oh my gosh, they ate us up, and our parents We dressed our
Yeah, we
parents.
made them do it too.
Mom knew, so she was doing her own, I think.
Mhm.
But we dressed our dad. We did our dad, and he liked
He
it
had
so
a
much.
parrot on his shoulder, and
He liked it so much he wanted to keep the shirt.
yeah.
But we had to
And
figure
then
out.
we decided we'd go to the beach.
We might throw in. Maybe we should somehow throw in some of those pictures in this. So since we're talking about
Yep.
it, just so you know, and when you see those pictures thrown in this, you'll understand what it's from. It's from that time. And
Here you go, guys. Me and Patty dressed up in our polka dot outfit. Look at our crazy hats. This was my mom. She did a great job on her outfit and her hat. And this is my dad. I don't know if you can really see the parrot, but it's so cute. You'll see it in other pictures. This was my daughter and Patty's daughter and our cousins and some friends of ours. And this is my mom and dad and me. And this way you can see my mom's hat a little better and mine. And this was my cousins with my mom and dad.
how did I get talking about the polka dot? Even I don't even know how I did that. The South.
Because we dress up sometimes and go to the Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, I know, but no, that's not how we got started on this conversation.
I'm losing it.
That's not how we got started, though. I don't even know how we got started on
Somebody
this.
tell us where we started.
Oh my gosh, I am so sorry, guys. Maybe I don't know. I don't know how we got started. Well, okay.
See, this is how our life is.
I don't know how we got started.
But see, show them a little bit what you got going on here.
Maybe it's because crazy. We don't mind crazy.
Yeah, see, she's getting the whirly girlies going on here, and then she'll start adding her little ribbons and pops of places. But see, she didn't want to add any eggs because she doesn't want this to be Easter. She just wants it to be a springtime thing she can hang on the door.
I want to keep it up for the tax customers and stuff like that. So I think they're gonna love it. So do you want to come back after I get some done? Okay.
All right, we'll be back, guys. Okay, we're back, and we finished up our little crafts, and it wasn't a step-by-step. It was more like getting to know you guys and just having kind of like a comfortable little chat, and so you can kind of get an idea what our personalities are like, and
Yeah.
and some of the stuff. But we'll show you what we did. Patty finished up her little wreath.
Look how sweet, you guys. Isn't he cute? I just think he's the cutest. And Sonny thinks the duck is for him, so I have to or her. I mean, so I have to watch that.
And then we whipped this up for Patty's neighbor that just lost her husband.
Isn't that sweet? Robbie did that in 20 minutes time. I mean, took me all day to do mine, but
but mine's littler.
Well, it's
and
so
of course,
sweet.
like I said, I just whipped this up, and you just stick this in any way you want, putting your height up here, and they're symmetrical going on the sides. But that's what we did today, is we chatted with you guys, and we hope you enjoyed spending time with us. We always enjoy listening to you guys' comments and joining in. And so far, we've been pretty lucky. We've not, like me and Patty was saying, we've not had any bad comments from anybody. And I know when I watch some shows or some, channels, people have made some, I guess, bad comments to somebody.
Yeah.
So, if you want to leave one, go ahead. I might leave one right back. So that's just how I am. So anyway, we want you guys to have a great rest of your weekend and a blessed week. And
I'm sure we'll be on off and on, but if not, happy Easter, everyone.
Tune in on Tuesday because we will be saying who the winner is for the bunny wreath.
Yay.
Okay. All right.
Thank you guys. God bless.